On June 12, 1976, the body of 70-year-old Blanche Kimball was discovered in her home in Augusta, Maine. She had been savagely stabbed to death and was lying in a pool of her own blood. Worried neighbors had called the police because they hadn't seen the pleasant old lady in quite a while. They had been concerned that she had been killed so brutally. Those who knew her said she was always there to lend a helping hand, whether it be for friends, family, or even neighbors. In 1976, Blanche Kimball, then 70 years old, resided in Augusta, Maine. Her parents, Elliot and Fanny Bell, had raised her in Albany. Blanche never got married and has no kids. Blanche was born into a tiny household and lost her sister in 1916. Blanche lived on State Street, a 4-lane street that is now bordered by either side by a few apartment buildings. She had a half-sister who was born when she was 10 years old, 2 aunts, and a few cousins who lived out of state in the 1970s. Blanche had also retired for 3 years from her position as a dental technician and practical nurse at the Veterans Administration Center in Toga. According to the Kennebec Journal, Blanche Kimball lived in a sizable 2-story wooden frame house. However, the house has long since been leveled, and now the area has been turned into a parking lot. With neighbors keeping an eye on Blanche's comings and goings, they noticed in the middle of June 1976, a tired woman who lived next door hadn't been seen for days, possibly even weeks. Blanche was living alone in that large house in 1976, but she had occasionally rented out rooms to transient boarders in the past. It was over Memorial Day weekend when Blanche Kimball was last seen. On June 12, 1976, Detective Sergeant Carol Clement of the Augusta Police Department knocked on the door of 352 State Street to check on Blanche. He repeated the sequence several times, but each time he was met with silence.